Lord knows I'ma give it all I got. I'm never giving in. If I rise to the top, it'll pay off in the end. Sometimes I feel lost, I don't know where to begin. Ain't trying to stop. Yeah, I can do this.
D-Bird just mentioned to me this idea of going out to a mansion in Texas and recording an album, and that's kind of right up my alley.
People who've never met before in real life, putting them in a house and saying you have this much time to create an album.
Okay, it is a real place, yes.
Hell yeah.
White Collar Rhymes is exactly what it says. It's just, people who work jobs and rap.
Online collaboration's great and stuff, but like the actual like feeling of being like in the moment and like creating like, yes, we got this, like let's go. And it's a feeling like nothing I've ever experienced.
White Collar bringing heat, we ain't even hit the peak.
It feels like we've known each other for years.
I've seen D-Bird on camera. I've seen his stupid little dab, and I hate it. I've seen Cody Nash, jittery and amped up when he's excited about, conspiracy theory he wants to talk about. I would have been more surprised if somebody behaved differently than what I've already come to know.
It's crazy to see you and you.
Soul of a golden god by my team, imagine the rapping and then wrote it off. No fraud, an MC and a sex beast. Trying to find a balance to the XL when I spread cheese. Yeah, I'm what the internet needs, but what the streets hate. It's my birthday, come blow the candle out on this beefcake. Stop lying, tell the truth. I am legend, this is the bar you measure to.
We didn't think this was real.
Maybe we should all just link up and do some music together.
How serious are we about putting together an album and then having it filmed?
To be honest with you, I have no idea what the last mixtape is.
This is the last mixtape. This documentary is the last.
Oh, is that what this is?
That's what it's called.
Good morning. I am here to listen to some music. I am Paradise. This is White Collar Rhymes, and it's the last day of August. Ready to rock and roll. D-Bird isn't here. He's out doing bird things somewhere in America. But he'll be back Wednesday. Until then, it is just I. All right, I got a lot to listen to today. Doing the usual thing, listening to songs, giving it a rating 1 through 10, and saying what I like, what we don't like, some things that may be of value, or just, how much my day has been thrown off by listening to whatever just came on the sound waves. So without further ado, I'm going to hop right into it, start from the top, work my way down, probably close the queue down after, I don't know, about an hour, maybe less. We'll see how I feel. If at any given time you want to skip to the front of the line, you can tip, sub, or gift a sub. Information is below. Put a check mark next to the ones I've listened to, and a money bag next to the ones that are skips. That way, if you are trying to follow along in the Sunday stream feedback channel, you know where we are. So let's get things going, rocking and rolling with Lukitz, Control Myself.
Sometimes I tend to go overboard. I refuse to reflect, I want more. Tired and disappointed on the floor. What do I keep on going for? Bar so high that it's probably bad for me. No belief I might turn to a shattered piece. I have given up all my integrity. For what? Now I can't control myself. Rampaging every time I don't do it well. Pressure building more than the people tell. But maybe I have yet to see true hell. Yeah. positive thoughts are very few. You know I care too, but I'm too careful. Life is a handful, I say the bare truth. I got a fear to lose, falling fearful. I got no parachute, multi-purpose. You can say that, but I stopped showing it. Losing touch on myself, but I'm not knowing it. See my mistakes, angry, but I'm not growing it. If I lie, it's cause my shame makes me not own to it. Hold on to my good moments, cause it could be the last time I have one. I don't know if I'm looking too deep, but I'm starting to catch up with all this bad luck. If I mess up once, then my work gets bad and bad and bad and badder. I try to maintain it again, but he's fragile in the limbs, every bone is battered. Sometimes I tend to go overboard. I refuse to reflect, I want more. Tired and disappointed on the floor. What do I keep on going for? Bar so high that it's probably bad for me. No belief I might turn to a shattered piece. I have given up all my integrity. For what? Now I can't control myself. Rampaging every time I don't do it well. Pressure building more than the people tell. But maybe I have yet to see true hell. A mental prison that I've been in, need to let me out of. The mental pressure don't get better, weighing heavy on us. I lost control, what's a code to my mind now? I'm feeling cold, heart is frozen, it's ice now. It needs a thoughts uninvolved, wanna shine now. To be the boss of it all, never die out. Wish I could pause or rewind, get it right now. Undo the wrongs of my life, get it right now. Control myself.
All right, that was Lucas with Control Myself. Obviously, the microphone quality isn't the best, but you could clean that up with a plosive remover and a de-esser to reduce that harshness on the ears with the sibilance of the S sounds and reduce the popping of the P's and the B's. The other thing I would say as far as the song structure, your verses are pretty on point, but the hook is just dragging on way too long. Like the hook is nearly 70% of the song, to where like the rap verses become very minimized. So if you can halven that hook, like get rid of half of it so that it isn't so long duration wise, or maybe even just put the hook as the intro and the outro and then do the verses back to back. Something with the song structure needs to change to where I don't feel like it's a long-winded hook and no verses, because I would have cut it off in the middle if you hadn't had that second rap verse towards the end there. But just the hook is fine. I mean, you could use maybe a little bit stronger presence, but I think the track itself is pretty tame. But I think the verses are the highlight of it. It's just not being carried by the timing because the arrangement is so focused on those hooks. So I would say do something different with the hook, shorten it or make the verses a little bit more obvious. As far as a rating, I would give this a 6. It's okay. Next up, V2, Unsent Messages.
Unsent messages, they could've changed it all. I had some skeletons, I wish you would just call. This pain will never end, I wanted you, that's all. That's all, that's all, that's all, baby girl, that's all.
It's a love song. Of love.
Those unsent messages, They could've changed it all. I had some skeletons. I wish you would just call. This pain will never end. I wanted you, that's all. That's all. That's all. That's all, baby girl, that's all.
Okay, I think that's just the things here. Unsent messages by V2. If the last track was safe and tame, this one is just lacking a lot of presence. It just needs more confidence and energy in the singing. If you're gonna sing, say this all the time, if you're gonna sing, you gotta sing. You can't halfway do it and expect the emotions and the authenticity, the believability to come through in the lyrics. It's human speech patterns. If you say things with conviction, people will believe it. If you're like kind of just flat note singing it, then it doesn't come through. So while you're on beat and, the emotions might be there in what you're saying, it doesn't feel very emotive in how you're saying it. So I would say you just need to do it with a little bit more emphasis in the performance. Where this is at, I would give it a 4. Just lacking performance. Next up, 223 Fallout Hollows. All right, let me find this somewhere else. Hollows. Type in the right box. Boom. All right, here is 223 Fallout with Hollows.
Run,
All right, that was 223 Fallout with Hollows. I wonder if it sounds like that on the Spotify. Hold on, let me check something real quick. It's a little better on Spotify. The drums are programmed in this, which is, I'm not knocking programmed drums in heavy metal songs, but the drums definitely are underwhelming because they're very flat. I mean, obviously a live sounding drum or a live drum would be much better, but I think just the presence of these drums just hits very flat and it just feels very robotic on this. I think the rest of the instrumentation is good as far as the arrangement, although that loud beeping noise at the end kind of a little bit too loud, but I think you did a good job performance-wise. I mean, obviously this type of music, not necessarily you're going to be listening to focus on lyrics or whatnot. It's just a lot of screaming. But I think performance-wise, you capture the energy. You follow the arrangement of the song itself. I just wasn't a fan of the drums. Also, doesn't sound like this is mastered at all. It feels very low volume-wise overall. But I would say it's cool. I would still give it objectively, I give it a 7. I just think the drums kind of take away from it. And, you know, for this kind of music, I would feel better. It'd probably sound better overall if it was mastered. So it's missing a few nitpicky things here that would just bring the quality up. Yeah, it's a 7. I mean, if you don't listen to this kind of music, you probably wouldn't get it. I don't listen to this kind of music, but objectively, like, the guy's on beat. There's nothing wrong with the screaming that he's doing, how he's performing the song. It's a decent song. It's not a bad song. May not be my cup of tea, but I know people who listen to that stuff and they enjoy it. Next up, Daytona. Okay.
Warning, this is a soul binding and Bridges death.
All right, that was Daytona with Fucking Nigga Bitch. This is okay. The problem that I have with this is every single sound that you use is the same volume, basically. There's no sound engineering, there's no mixing going on. And some of the sounds are just, they feel very basic, but you made them work. But everything is at the same volume, so everything is just competing with itself. And the style of this music doesn't lend itself to a lot of versatility from an artist perspective. It's just kind of narrowly focused on one genre. I give it a 6.5. I'm not mad at it. It's just, it feels very one-dimensional. And then with the mix not being done nearly good enough. It just feels very basic as far as production techniques. It's like I got a bunch of sounds, I made a nice melody, but I didn't, fine tune the levels and get it where it needs to be from a quality perspective. So I give it a 6.5. That was DJ Tongue Hero's tip. Next up, August, Clark Kent. Shout out to Superman. What we got here? Okay, whatever. Here's Clark Kent.
Saint Laurent, Billie Jean. I've been breaking hearts since I was 17. Got a white bitch and a dark bitch. Klondike bar bitch, Danny in my car bitch. It's a mosh pit, you think that you stop it. Travis Scott bitch, your boyfriend watch it. Told you watch it, cause your girlfriend want it. I ain't got problems, cause I got options. Options, stock trade, lock-in. Keep a gun in my pocket. Jewelry store, shopping. Walmart robbing. Hey, I hit the bitch like Clark Kent. She don't know who I am. I got an apartment in the NYCIM. If I go back to NOLA, I'm gon' pop a Zan. Cause I don't remember me from the past. Fishing rods I cast in your bitch, I'll probably last. Harry Potter spell, sipping potion, I'm in class. I'ma ring the bell and your bitch gon' probably yell. Yeah, hey. I hit the bitch like Clark Kent, she don't know who I am. I got an apartment in the NYCIM. If I'm going back to NOLA, I'm gon' pop a Zen. Cause I don't remember me from the past. Hit that bitch like Clark Kent, she don't know who I am. I'm going back to NOLA and gon' pop a Zen. Yeah. Options.
All right, that was Clark Kent by August. How does this sound to you, Fallen Dove? Tell me what you thought of this, if you think this is how you sound to me. I don't think any of this was written down. I'm like 99% sure this is just freestyled off the top of your head. Because you kind of, you know, borrowed some lyrics at the beginning. There was a couple parts where you kind of hesitated, but you kept going. A little bit of a stumble here and there. And then towards the end, you just kind of repeated the same thing a couple times. Everything that you had as far as the confidence of your delivery was just kind of lost in the lack of appeal of the track. Like, there's nothing redeeming about it lyrically. It's just, I'm going to sing whatever and throw auto-tune on it. You know, what I guess young people would call, it's just a vibe. It's a feeling at the moment. But, you know, feelings should have things that give you visuals or thoughts or memories. And this just seemed like a bunch of saying whatever, and slapping auto-tune on it and calling it a day. So, although you sounded confident in your delivery, I just wasn't into the song. I give it a 4. Next up, Tagami, beat. Lil Double O, Matt Critter type beat. Call him a spirit.
Tagami.
Damn it, Tagami. All right, there's nothing else to this. I wish there was like some sort of flute or wind instrument, something in the background to give like a counter melody to add a little bit of ambience to it. But this is just pretty much verse, hook, copy, paste over and over again. Because I really liked the melody that you have, and I liked how everything was blending together. But it's pretty just stock out of the box, nothing to it, nothing that adds any value. So I want to give it like an 7 or an 8, but I'm going to give it a 6 because it's just too basic from the structure and the arrangement, which I know that's usually what Tagami does. He gets like a verse and a hook and he does his thing. But man, I feel like this was so easy to kind of take it to the next level and you just didn't do the extra steps. So I'll give it a 6. Next up, Fat Beanie, Birth of Steezo.
Shit alone ain't never verified. Steezo alright. He gon' make you dance and relax tonight. He gon' heal your wounds with the glitter from his eye. I ain't just for looks, I pursue the vibes. Yeah, flip that switch. I can change your mood, I'd scratch that itch. You deserve some love, but I know how hard it is. Steezo shares the love till it's worldwide, yes. Tell me some. I'm right here, just don't worry, hun. If the words won't come out, just hum. I'm a good listener, I won't miss out on no word. Yeah, I'll treat you like dessert. Yeah, make sure you ain't hurt. Yeah, buy you whatever. Yeah, take you anywhere. Yeah, you deserve much love. Yeah, you deserve much love. Yeah.
Good morning, Ray Stans. This was Birth of Steezo by Fat Beanie. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not digging it. Like, there's something to be said about saying something that is more than surface level. Like, everything you said was surface level. There's no details. There's no like poetry in what you're saying. It's just saying things, halfway singing it, and then tuning it over a airy melody with some heavy drums. This is like the standard format for 80% of the music that we hear right now. So if I had to pick you out of like 10 other people who made the same style of music, I wouldn't be able to identify who is who, because there was nothing said in this that was really unique or specific or interesting to you as an individual, as an artist. On beat, confident delivery, nothing wrong with the production of the song itself. It's just the song itself isn't clever or interesting. I'll give it a 6. Next up, Boogie Beats or Bogey Beats. No Limit. Flying through them today. One man record.
Boji Baby.
still up for race. Be here.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
All right, that was Bogey Beats with Southside 808 Mafia type beat, No Limit. I like this a lot. I think the hi-hats may be a tad loud, but I think once vocals are on it, it'll kind of wash that away. Just listening to it as a standalone beat, that would be the only thing that I say mix-wise I would adjust. But yeah, I like the structure of this. I think this one gives a little bit more of an open feeling to interpretation. Like there's enough sounds in here that's taking up all the range of what you hear dynamically. If I had to compare this to what Tagami had, I felt like there was still some empty space in the sound frequencies where he could have filled that in with a counter melody. Whereas like this had some low melodies, it had the high main melody. Like there was enough balance in here where I didn't feel like it was missing something. And even though it is like in the same format of verse hook, I can live with this one not having anything added to it on the second half. I did, that's why I kind of skipped through to see if there was any change up in the second half. I would always advise like keeping it fresh. Like the fresher you can make a beat from start to finish, the more likely somebody's gonna, not even just like, unless you're making it purely for a listening standpoint, but even from an artist, you help that artist develop the story rather than just like stuck with the same loop and trying to figure out where do I go next with this. I feel like that's why a lot of songs end up like plateauing and basic as hell, is because the production is basic as hell. If the production doesn't take you on a journey, then why would you take your story on a journey? You're just gonna like do a verse, do a hook. Oh wait, it's the same loop of the beat over again. I'm gonna be in the same thought, same mindset, do the same shit over again, and then just put the hook at the end. If the beat takes you on the journey, then you say, okay, well maybe I need to do something different here because the beat sounds a little bit different. Like maybe there's a different feeling, maybe it gives a different tone. So, I did kind of want that, but for what you have as like a basis, I liked it a lot. I give this a 7.5. I give it an 8 if it had some sort of change up at the end, but I like it enough to give it a 7.5 where it's at. I think I did skip Little Swiss. My bad. Next up, Lil Swiss, Heart on My Sleeve. See 5 fire emojis next to it, so I'm intimidated.
Born in the Matrix, known to change quick, I was knee deep in the basement. My demons faceless, all got pretty faces. I let them slide just like they stealing bases. Bro was jugging out the park, he thought he made it A-list. This life a movie, I treat it like I've been Scorsese. Back in the Bay, it feels different in the place that raised me. Cause I done moved more than enough times, wrote more than enough rhymes. Don't need no more tough times, I learned. You acted so irresponsible. Now you throwing fits, don't get mad at the second domino. True, we had some good times on the way to see what's possible, but now it's less than optimal. I'll probably go back to Dago when I'm ready. Been treading too lightly and making music that could get them to stop, drop and roll, but never drop it though. Hard to come to terms with imperfections in a pot of gold. Crunch time, I got a lot to prove and still a lot to show. Yeah. I was visualizing how this life could be inside the central. We was wildin'. I was just a kid with social anxiety, got the best of, and lacking purpose. Wonder when I would be what I meant to. Went from riding bikes to practice like flowers. Oh, I would pedal so fast, sometimes would pass it inside. Inside my mind was empires among the chatter, then pause. Reevaluate, all this shit doesn't matter. If I'm wrong about my ceiling, fan the flame would take from healing to be authentic round the ones who ain't willing. And climb the ladder, pave a way just to see that at the roadblock. What separates us is the people that just won't stop. And now I'm on that windy road. I take my time and pay my dues. A lot of fast track it, knowing they might lose. What Rascal Flatts say? Highway of life and make the rules, but all us follow. See the sun today and feel the pain tomorrow. With my heart on my sleeve.
Right. Little Swiss with Heart on My Sleeve. Solid entry from Lil Swiss. Always a dope writer, dope rapper, dope performance. I like this a lot. Still crafty with the pen as usual. If I have to nitpick on things, I'd say the mix is a little harsh in some points. It could use a little bit more smoothness in the EQ, and whatever happens with the compression there. But, the performance is where it needs to be. It's clever lyrically. It's not too like in the trenches and in the weeds that somebody couldn't just listen to it and nod along. Good beat selection. I give this an 8.5. If I had to, on a broader scale, based on what I've heard from Lil Swiss, if I had to pick one chink in his armor, I'd say it's hooks. I haven't recalled a very strong, memorable hook that he's done himself, and that has nothing to do with this song in particular because it has a sample for the hook. But I point that out to say that that's something that I would want to hear from a Lil Swiss track, is a hook that catchy, memorable, and strong performance. So, but man's got a good pen, and I definitely think he's one of the top lyricists on the server. Shout out Lil Swiss. All right, next up, did Bogey already? You know what? I like this other one enough. I'll forward that for next Sunday show. Descendant of Root. Let's see what we got here. Click anywhere to open. Where the hoes at?
This be hard. Hit a line, waste some time, how you do that? Get rich, fuck the bitch, I'ma do that. Drinking tears, it's my right for y'all to feel bad. Live in fear that I live like a broke ass. We get messy in this bitch if you want son. Flash your little tricks, yeah, that's all you got, bruh. Teach you lesson, sit in your little desk, pay attention. Spit about game, I ain't got a mention. You a lame, can't even lend affection to the art. Where do I start? It's your part. Reading your heart, insecurity, rid of your bars. Written little fiction, you bitches as weak as your car. Feeling, not feeling apart. I'ma be bigger than 1,000-pound bitch out in Europe. You gon' be found dead in 1,000-pound pussy, double cut with some syrup. We on different things, how about you thankful you chirp up? All I had was YouTube and my boss saying, bitches say I knew you didn't know that. I'll fuck with you too, but where the hoes at? I'll fuck with you too, but where the hoes at? Slap the fat ass so hard it smack that. That hoe too bad like Villain from Batman. Got some nice pants, now how can I slide in? Be a nice friend and wait for that time in. When your boyfriend and you are not vibing, I lean back, let that girl beg for piping. Girls like a good dude if you vibrant. Forbidden fruit best when it ripens. Good Lord, I step upon gold, good Lord. I belong with the ghosts, good Lord. I can swim with the worst, good Lord. I can swim with the sharks, good God. I got the heart, good God. Where should I start, good God? That's not your part, good God. I'm in your heart, good God.
All right, that was Descendants of Roots, Where the Hoes At. I see the vision. I see the vision here. I like the beat. I like the approach. few things I would change. Rather than having this like empty silent intro, get right to it. You got a very like off the rip banging beat. Don't give me like silence in the intro and then some talking. Just hit those drums right away. Like, I don't need the cymbals leading up to this.
This beat hard.
I don't need the beat hard. It should have just started on the drum. So I would cut out that like 8-second intro and just have the drum hit right away. You don't need to tell the person that the beat is hard. The beat speaks for itself. The other thing I would say, two other things I would say. This is why I say I see the vision. And I'm going to try to explain this the best way I can. The performance sounds like you're just way too close to the mic. It needs a little bit more space. Like, I feel like you're giving it energy, like the energy that you can project with your voice, but it just feels like you're way too present on this beat where it needs like kind of like that open air. Like I'm really screaming with all the energy that I have feeling, where it sounds like you're like this instead, where you should be like this and just projecting. So I'm not saying that your performance was off. It's just, it feels too present. It feels like too structured, where this should be like more of like raw emotion and like I'm screaming with my energy. It feels like I'm just right here and I'm performing a track. Now, in a live performance, that's probably just how it's going to sound. But if you're doing a studio recording, you can just be wild and as loose as you can be. So I would say back away from the mic and give it a little bit more oomph at that same level that you have it at. And you'll notice the difference in how it sounds as a recorded track. The other thing I would say, I agree with what Just Zale said in the chat. Like that part where you're like, where the hose at? If you added some layers on that, perfect. But as it sounds right now, like this is just like a single take, single layer song all the way through. Like those, I'm not even a big ad-lib guy, but ad-libs, like layers, like slight little touches in the background go a long way to adding like, ear candy, as I call it, to the track. Just sounds like you hit record over a thumping beat, laid it out, and then put the volume where it needed to be and export it, send. So like those fine details of like what makes a track feel emotionally more involved versus just, oh, I recorded a track and it feels good. Those are like those small little notches that keep the meter going up. But yeah, I see the vision here. I'll give it a 7. Like, I feel like this should be like an 8.5 or a 9 track, but I'm at a 7. It's just those details, they add up. But I like it though. I like it a lot, to be honest with you. I want to like it more. All right, next up, Jackson Smith, Stargaze.
Let me tell you a few things that I'll never be. Won't fall in love with the devil again. I'll never put you onto me, and I will never be on my own, so weeks will cover me. Always been a little crazier than the rest. Never been one for redundancy. Messed up, you're not done with me. When I say that I love you, I mean it. I know that you won't be defeated. Never be clever, my heart is conceited. Thank you, God, for hanging and bleeding. I'll never be able on my own, yeah, to redeem this. Good thing that his power is strong, yeah, through my weakness. Outside and it's freezing, your warmth keeps me believing. I know you'll never leave my side, cause your words have meaning. And I'll stick by you my whole life till I get to see ya. Never be able to understand why you gave me my freedom. Yeah, I'll never be strong enough, that's for sure, to kill off my enemies. But in my weakness is when I learn. So even in my hurt, when I can't seem to find the words, I will strive to put you first, yeah. Everyone's so distant, I know I've been born different. I was never meant to live like this, to live like this. Yeah, I know I was born to scream, shout your truth to all that breathes, make every second have meaning. Yeah, please don't let me down, God, of the sky, of the ground. Once was lost, I found. They might curse you right now, they won't make a sound when they see you coming down from the sky and the clouds. Yeah, God, I could never be at rest without you. Oh my God, it's the truth. Oh my God, I need you. Yeah, my God, make me brand new. Life gets hard, he pulls me through. Life is so exciting when I'm doing it with you.
My head's in the clouds, my feet are on the ground. Let me pull two worlds together, so darkness can't make a sound. But I can't do it on my own, that's on you, God. Never be able to change the world, that's the truth, God. Never be someone who follows the rules, God. So use that for your good and let's get to it, God. Yeah, let's get to it, God. Let's just never be, yeah, let's get to it, God. Yeah, I'll never be, so let's get to it, God. Yeah, I'll never be, so let's get to it, God. Yeah, let's get to it. So here I am, God, I'm all yours. The whole earth is ready to be conquered, and I know the reason you put me on earth. To fight this fight, God, I'm honored. To fight this fight, I will die to see you, and I'll give my life. A few things I'll never be dead even though I die. When my heart fails to beat, I'll see you on the other side. A few things that I'll never be, won't fall in love with the devil again. I'll never put you onto me, and I will never be on my own, so weak will cover me. Always been a little crazy than the rest, never been one for redundancy. Messed up, but you're not done with me. When I say that I love you, I mean it, and I know that you won't be defeated. Never be perfect, my heart is conceited. Thank you, God, for hanging and bleeding. I'll never be able on my own, yeah, to redeem this. Good thing that His power is strong, yeah, through my weakness.
All right. Jackson Smith, aka Stargaze, Never Be. All right. Shout out God. Shout out Jesus, I guess. I don't go to church. Not a God-fearing man, but shout out to you. A lot of thoughts here. I think that your performance is okay. Here's my advice to you, is to not use beats that sound like Post Malone or Lil Uzi Vert-ish. I would say you need to venture more into the Justin Timberlake realm. Like, this is too like hippie, and this beat doesn't fit what you're doing here. I think the main issue that I have is your pronunciation of everything is so clear and so proper that it makes your song less authentic, if that makes sense. Like, and I get it, everybody has different speech patterns, but as an example, like right here.
My feet are on the ground, let me pull two worlds together.
My feet are on the ground, let me pull to us together. Like, everything is like, every syllable is clearly pronounced, and it's not it. Me personally, if I said that, I would say together, not together. Like, it's that way throughout the entirety of your track. Everything is so pronounced. Like, I got 2 minutes in and I was like, when does this song end? Like, it just feels very condensed, and the beat doesn't lend into the topic that you're singing about. Maybe it sounds good on some speakers if you're in a church auditorium and everybody's kind of just like nodding along, like, yeah, you're doing your thing. But for this type of music, I think you need something like slower tempo, slower paced, where you can like clearly pronunciate. If you need to pronunciate all of your words, you can like sing those things with a little bit more passion and more emphasis in like an actual, slower tempoed song. Like, I don't feel like this music equates to good religious music, is what I would advise you. Like, I know it's new age and it's younger and fresher sounding, but if you exchange God for Xanax or alcohol or weed, like, this immediately becomes a drug song because of that beat. You don't want to equate yourself to something that people might misconstrue. So I would say you need different production and pace yourself and do more singing and less, I'm going to sound like a hip hop artist and more of I'm an actual gospel artist. If that's your angle here, that would be my advice to you. I'll give it a 7 though. Like you have talent. There's potential here. I just think the beat choice and the song structure is throwing this way off the course. Like honestly, I should probably give it a 6, but I feel like maybe that's just lack of guidance, right? But yeah, I didn't until I got like 2 minutes into it. I didn't start picking up on like this was a song to God and all this other stuff. I'm like, I'm listening to some very well pronounced drug music. Oh wait, he's not even talking about drugs. He's talking about God and like being closer to heaven. Yeah, it should be a 6. All right, next up, Vesta Via. The hell is that? All I need is 3 notes. Let's see if this opens. Okay. What up? I don't like that. This was okay. I think my problem with this is this feels like one of those beats where you fell into the habit of like something has to change every 4 bars. Like every 4 bars you change something, whether you added something, you took something away, or you changed like, you know, the melody. Like every 4 bars you change something. And there's a time and a place for that. I don't know that this necessarily worked all the time for this. I didn't need it to change every 4 bars. Like I felt like there could have been some sections where it was 8, some sections where it was 4, where it was fine, but like it seemed like every 2 or every 4 bars you went to change something, and it just felt like it was just busybody all over the place. And some of the loops that you used to kind of like add in there, it just kind of seemed excessive. Just a lot going on, and I think that less is more in some parts, and some of the things that you did, while they sounded okay, it didn't add value to the overall listenability. It's still okay. I mean, I listened all the way through. Normally I would get to a point to where I would kind of skip around if it just sounded like on repeat, like just too repetitive, but I listened all the way through. It just too many changes that didn't really add value. So I give it a 6. All right. What up, CEO Jizzle? Next up, Slice, Other Side. Tell me what y'all think for real. Okay. That's what we do here. Well, me, since I'm by myself today. the fuck is going on here? Yeah. God damn. What is up with Twitch these days? It says the session is up, but there's nothing there. All right. All right, now it's back. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened there. That's weird. I don't know who to complain to. I don't know whether I complain to Twitch or I complain to Streamlabs. One of them has to get their shit together at some point. Anyways, I guess I'll play this for a third time. All right, fuck it.
Trust these girls, I can't trust them. I can't love these girls, I can't love them. I think she like my style, she like my sound. I think she from the other side of town. I know she's from the other side. I think she's from the other side. I think she's from the other side. All these drugs make me come alive. All this money I spent on you and I. So Kelly looking so alive. I thought we were fucking do or die. She said build a home, I build a fucking mansion. All the girls that sing, they just want attention. That's why I need a girl from the other side, from the other side. She's from the other side. I think she's from the other side. I think she's from the other side.
Outro that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So what I was saying before the stream died and I forgot to switch things, but yeah, it just seems like you're singing to a different beat that's actually than what's actually playing. Like the melody that the beat is on and the melody that you're singing to just don't blend together. And I don't know, it just makes me not like the song overall. I don't necessarily have a problem with the song. It's just, it sounds like it doesn't belong on this beat. And then the outro is just nonsensical. Nothing really stands out to me. I think it's just poor production choice and poor choice of melody on how you tackled this beat. All right. I could probably like it more if the song actually went along with the beat, but where it's at right now, I'll give it a 5. I think the performance is okay. I mean, just goes back to the whole like sing and or make a harmony and slap auto-tune on it. But man, the lack of cohesiveness between your singing and the beat is just really throwing me off on this one. Next up, Jekko, formerly known as Dusty B. Cypress Hill, Post Malone, sample type beat, Child Running.
They say that, well please say it ain't so. Took off the gloves, say it's love, what it ain't though. Her classmate was coming over, that was strange though. Apparently the homework ain't all it came for. Maybe you stank ho, maybe that's a bit mean. Maybe you grew up and I'm still living like a 16. Like a child running wild in the city streets. Man, I put that bitch up on the feet. They say that, well please say it ain't so. Took off the gloves, say it's love, what it ain't though. A classmate was coming over, that was strange though. Apparently the homework ain't all it came for. Maybe you stank ho, maybe that's a bit mean. Maybe you grew up and I'm still living like a 16. Like a child running wild in the city streets. Man, I put that bitch up on the feet.
Okay. Jekko, Child Running Wild. I want to like this beat. I just have questions about why the choice of the hook. Not necessarily that the hook doesn't work. It just feels like it doesn't sound like a hook. It sounds like the start of somebody's verse and you just kind of slapped it on there and it just didn't make any sense. Like I fully expected that to be like a full 16 and then it just stopped. It just feels weird as a hook. Also, in the way that you chopped up the sample, it starts at the end of each section. So like I heard like female vocals and I heard something else start, and then it, you know, the timing of the loop is right, but there's like that small little like pickup of like the ending of whatever you sampled it from. Like, where was it? Right here. Like there's female vocals at the end of it. I mean, maybe I'm being nitpicky and critical, but just use a AI splitter and take the vocals out of it, or find a different section. I don't know. It just feels like a work in progress and not a complete thought. So I don't know. The hook is just weird. Fucking weird hook. I'm thrown off about everything else about this beat. The production is fine. I'll give it a 6.5, just because I feel like the hook just doesn't need to be there, and those like little edits could be done better. What up, Unit? What up, Augie? What up, Phantomly Reaper? Yeah, thanks for the tip. Yeah, I mean, just use something like those small little bits and pieces. It just sounds kind of off. Shout out Ray Stans. Thank you for the gifted sub. All right. That must mean Ray got permission to post whatever the hell he was posting. Very rough mix, messing around on a Noir beat. Shout out Noir. Nightcrawler, punch in freestyle. Oh, Ray, you dabbling with freestyles? What up, T-Chop? See what Ray Stans has been up to.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
Yeah. What up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Shout out Paradise. Shout out D-Bird. Shout out Noir on the beat. It's the ad-lib track. I'm using it for banter. Hey, what you thought? Here come your boy. I'm on the mic. It bring me joy. Sometimes I get to tripping like my pen be on that Tolstoy, when really I should hit him with that camera. Oh boy. Oh no, I'm trapped up in my old soul. If this would be the finish, well then please don't take the photo. I look around, I got that FOMO. A tyrant in the castle when they say you got like FOMO. Whoa, well, as long as it be butter smooth, I got that wood. And yeah, put the tongue in groove. You come around me lately, well I may just put that tongue in you. You want that tunnel vision, let me show you how a devil do. My shit pernicious, I flip this so expeditiously. And when I serve the dishes, only time you getting shit from me. You feel the shift in me? I guess I feel it too. So pull up at the function with your pump and we can see it through. I bring the heat in, seeking like a missile do. All the steady freaking got me leaking out your speaker, boo. Now catch me out here wildin' like a Harlem, Puerto Rican. I don't do this for the weekend, watch me hit 'em with the peekaboo.
Like who this, like who could really do this? I let you get the hook and then you moving like you Judas. I can't believe the rudeness. I should pull you from the root, bitch.
Is that Birdcage? All right. Nightcrawler, Punch In Freestyle, Ray Stans, and who I'm assuming is Birdcage with a little piece at the end there. No, that was you. Good voice change. Good voice change. Trying something different, experimenting. Good stuff. I like the flow. I like the feeling of this. I see the vision. My 2 cents, my recommendation, I feel like this would sit better sonically if it was less expressive and just like if you just rapped it without, if you dial back the expressiveness just a little bit. I don't mind that new voice at the end. It threw me off, but I think it was cool. It fit because it felt like a bounce between two different people. I like that part. I think just some of the expressiveness in the verse could be a little less pronounced. But maybe it also has to do with it just not being fully mixed yet, and it just feels on top of the beat. Maybe if it was like sitting better in the beat, it wouldn't be so present and obvious. So maybe it just has to do with the mix. And that's why I said it's just my 2 cents, because you said very rough mix. So I'm just kind of going off of what I hear right now. It just feels a little bit too like caricature, But I like it. I like this as like a short little free verse. I'll give this a 7. Yeah, I'm okay with a 7. It didn't feel not relaxed. It just felt like animated is what I would call it. I wanted it to be less animated. I felt like I could literally hear your eyebrows raising in some of the words that you pronounce. Like, oh. It's almost like passive. All right. Next up. I might need to close the queue down. We'll do it after a couple more. The Fallen Dove, X World. No problem, Ray.
Poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, poppin' on Marley, give it up with that Harley, going to X World, we poppin' on X World. Diamonds cold as Siberia, walk redder than Beria, I'm not fearing ya, so high I'm not hearing ya. How hotter than Syria, she ain't even near ya. Glock you stay carrying ya, bullets be quenching ya, yeah. But gon' cost 1,000, must see when you come around, yo. Cinch just like a cow, you scent must cost £1. No hoes allowed, no dumb hoes in our crowd. Spray the hose when I plow like a farmer coming to town. Poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, yeah. Poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, yeah. Poppin' on Molly, fucking a shawty, poppin' on X, poppin' on Molly, fucking a shawty, poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, poppin' on X, poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, poppin' on X, poppin' on X World, fucking your next, fucking your next, fuck your next girl, poppin' on X, fucking your next girl, put the blade in your neck, feeling like I'm British, and I'm counting checks only cause I'm sinning, I don't wanna hear nothing, you ain't even winning, the devil in my hair got me fucking grinning, poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, yeah, poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, yeah, poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, yeah, poppin' on X World, poppin' on X, yeah. Poppin' on X, 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 poppin' on X on X World, poppin' on X, poppin' on X, how hotter than Syria, she ain't even near ya, Gloria,
All right, that was Fallen Dove, X World. I think I see DJ Tongue Hero. Yeah, go ahead and drop it in if you got some, Tongue Hero, and then I'll close it down officially. Fallen Dove. So I think that the presence is better compared to whatever we heard last, but the vocals are way too loud and overly pronounced on this. And if Ray needs to tone down his expressions a little bit, you need to tone down your expressions a lot. It just feels like goofy at times, especially on the hook, the way that you're saying X World. And then I wanted to highlight something in the lyrics, like this part right here.
I'm not fearing ya, so high I'm not hearing ya. How hotter than Syria, she ain't even near ya.
Ho hotter than Syria, she ain't even near ya. I feel like lyrically it's not doing anything. Like it just, you're saying things just because they're rhyme, but you're not saying things that elevate the topic that you're talking about. So I feel like, and I kind of use this measure, not that it's like the perfect measure, but like if I could think about it and I could say it, if it doesn't like catch my attention in that manner, then I don't know, it's less interesting, right? Like a lot of this is, and I said this earlier on whoever's track earlier, it's just surface level stuff. It doesn't really, I don't know, it's not different, it's not unique to this topic or song making in general. Yeah, you can send a dubstep beat, we listen to anything. But I mean, just, yeah, the mix isn't done, it's just loud and vocally on top of the beat, and lyrically it's just saying a bunch of stuff, and the hook just sounds, you know, silly at times the way that you're performing it. So man, it goes back to what I said, you know, last week. It's just like vocabulary and how you word things goes a long way, and just saying random things just because they rhyme together, it doesn't add value to a song. So, you know, like I told you before, find some of your favorite songs and try to recreate those. Also, look at the lyrics. Look at what people are actually saying. Like, you know, what is about your favorite song that makes it your favorite song? I guarantee you it's the feelings that you felt whenever you hear it. It's not just like it sounds good or it's mixed really well. It's something that's said in it that like strikes a chord in your mind. Anyway, I guess there's a couple of people who are going to drop something. So I'll just be on the lookout for Doe by KG and Tongue Hero. Let me go ahead and post this now, though. All right. Next up, Fresh. Nothing learned. All right, fuck it. We're here.
How about that, baby?
I got it. I like what you're trying to do here. I think the vocals are too loud. It doesn't feel like a spliced up sample to be used as a hook. It almost feels like, you know, you chopped up the lead vocal. I would say you could bring the gain on those down a little bit. Also, the percussion is very muffled. Like the hi-hats and the snares are like just muffled away. I would make those a little bit more prominent. I don't have anything else to really nitpick about it. I think I understand the intent here. It's kind of just open-ended for an artist to get on there and like bounce around the hook. But I think the snare and the hi-hats they should be a little bit more present, and I think that vocal can come down a little bit more. I would give this I'll give it a 6.5. Like I think you did a good job with chopping up that vocal snippet. That was an interesting aspect of it. I think just mix wise, it could be better. I almost agree with you, Noir. Like, yeah, it did feel a little bit lo-fi. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit too nitpicky on it. I just wish that those two sounds were a little bit more prominent, because it does give me a lo-fi feel, but I don't know. I don't think they have to be like muffled away to be lo-fi. I still think you can hear them and it still have that lo-fi feeling. It almost sounds like maybe they just went through the wrong bypass and they just got kind of washed away. All right, next up, Michael, Wasting Away, Rough. Got you, though.
New chances, ooh, my lover. I stand tall to fall again. I can't handle no more ties. All this time I'm falling in. My sunshine on cloudy days. Back home, miss comes with the summer rain. Our times come in and out of places. Reminiscing on those summer days.
All right, now the queue's officially closed.
Back into our own mistakes. Praying on the past won't change. Am I trying to change too late? Before any passion fade, running in circles. How long does time take? Running in circles. The day we part ways. Our time been wasting away. I lost sight. Been living a day. Broken pieces, broken heart. Hope I heal it before we stop. Shadow boxing demons undefeated for the spot. We might just touch the moon while aiming for the stars. And I never thought about leaving when your pieces fill the spot. Always messed up second chances. Wouldn't blame you if you ace it. Hope you're with me till it's old age. Feel
Many
like
characters
we were
I
finally
need.
getting blessings. Will it pay off from the stress? Hope we're not something you throw away. No more dark days. I've been stuck in rain. I'll stay patient, long it takes. Pray I get my way. Running in circles. How long does time take? Running in circles. The day we part ways. Our time been wasting away. I lost sight. Been living a day. Sunshine on cloudy days. That cool mist comes with the summer rain. Our times come in and out of places. Reminiscing on those summer days. We fall back into our own mistakes. Praying on the past won't change. Am I trying to change too late? Before any passion fades.
All right, that was Michael with Wasting Away. I've been hard on Michael's singing before because I felt like he was singing like a rapper instead of singing like a singer. And I think that he's done a better job of this one of being a little bit more expressive in some of those notes. Like I hear him like hanging on to notes instead of just like saying it like kind of like a rapper would and then moving on to the next line. So I think this song did a better job of showcasing his actual singing ability. I think he's always had good song structure and like good presence. Although this, is a rough, I feel like the vocals could be a little bit louder. I think the one thing that I'm probably going to continue to give him a knock on is that like he always does his main lead in his low like regular voice, and then he has this layer underneath that's always in a high, way higher pitch than his normal voice. And you know, there's some moments where that feels good, but to do it like in your verse and your hook and in your verse and your hook, like to do it all the way through the track, it just feels like unnecessary. It's not really needed. And I wish that the layers that you did were in the same tone and not always like at a different tone. I don't feel like you always need that, you know, expansive of like the tone layers. Like maybe it works sometimes in a super powerful hook. Maybe it sometimes works as like ad libs, but to do it the entirety of your verse and the entirety of your hook, I just feel like it doesn't make sense. Like you should do some of your ad libs at the same tone. It just feels weird to just do that throughout the entirety of the track. And maybe that's how you were taught. Maybe that's what somebody told you to do, but I just don't feel like it's needed on this track. I feel like if you did less of that, it would make this track sound better, because now I'm trying to figure out which tone do I really like, the low or the high. I would give this 7.5. Maybe 8 if it was mixed. All right. Next up, Cyclone. Too Many Broken Hearts. This was so far my hardest project to mix. Okay. 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Goddamn.
Hey, yo. This is straight from the heart right here. Only way I can express this is through the pen. I hope you guys out there listening. Hey, Dad, when are we in? Don't really think Mom deserves another beating. Don't understand, raise your hands when speaking. Stand me up again, cancel plans for the weekend. Threw me on the ground, always felt like the weakling. Watched over me as I'm sleeping.
So this right now is Joe Boston.
Hid under my blanket soon as I heard the stairs creaking. Screaming will only make it worse. He cracked open a beer, didn't care that I hurt. Wiped my nose, terrified by the blood on my shirt. Went to sleep hungry, no dinner or dessert. Hid it from my teachers, smoking chocolate tie, getting high in the bleachers. Despised life, added anger to my features. Walk a mile in my shoes just to leave my soul torn. Mud on my toes, but no baby clothes for when you're unborn. Facts, life.
Yeah, I don't know all of the feelings inside of you.
Okay, sounds like there's a bunch of people on this. All right, so that was Joe Boston first, and then it sounds like Unit's up next. Let me kind of just like dissect everybody as I hear them. Joe Boston. So what you have in a strong voice and a strong tone, it's lost in the choppiness of your flow. Like it just, you either don't have enough words to fill out a line, or you just rush too many words in the line. It's the same thing over and over again. It's just wording, man. You gotta like, if you're hesitating to fit a word into a line, the flow isn't good. If you're like feeling like I gotta say this super fast because I need to get to the next line, the flow isn't good. You gotta just restructure it or just take out the line. Like, there's a lot of times where I'm writing a song and I thought like, oh, okay, I can do this. I can fit this in here, and I'm trying to perform it, and shit doesn't work. Just take it out and rewrite it. Like, go back and do it over. Yeah, that's what I got to say about that. CEO, yeah, I saw your track. We get to it.
Your mind, I've had it decent when I'm comparing it to family, so I'm broken inside. I wanna tell you I feel for your story, your pain or reflection on take it and hide. Want you to know that someday it gets better, so don't ever think you're a failure and hide away. Life is hard, When living in poverty, stricken from all of the love that's inside of it, beaten and never get help out of politics. But you're amazing cause you see the ground and it proud of it. You are the proof that a human is strong even when they're inside a whole lot of shit. Honestly, life is a bitch, but that is the reason that you have to make it your own, bitch. Yeah, stars are loud and problems striving past sense, learn from it. Kept inside is key to die when talking feels, you gotta be real on it. Don't be okay, I'm telling you that in the end they're gonna hear the words you say. Cope with pain, I'm playing on my bloody vein and saying that I'm insane. I've tried to leave the game, but I'm happy that I stayed. I'm happy that I found my way. Left way is right when the right is wrong. It's obvious, but what I needed to hear to make it past problems and make the songs. Make the songs. This will save me. Now I'm hoping to save you too.
All right, Unit. Unit, I think you're dope. I think you have a lot of potential. I wish you would stop trying to rap fast on every single beat. I feel like if this was a more paced flow, like somewhere in between what you actually did and what Joe Boston did, the lyrics would resonate a lot more. Because right now I'm just kind of like struggling to remember what you said, where I feel like I would be able to digest it a little bit better. And seeing as English is your second language, it would probably give you a little bit more breath control if you just like toned it down a little bit and you didn't, because it felt rushed the way that you performed this, obviously because you're trying to do a faster flow, but also like, I don't know. I just feel like you don't need to rap fast on every single beat. And I feel like if you space it out, it'll help you with not only your pronunciation, but also like your delivery. Like you're already there. You just like, I don't know, you get excited over these things and then it feels a little bit rushed at times. So I feel like this would be a better verse if it wasn't as fast, but I think it's a good verse still. I think it so far the best verse out of the two.
They talk is smack, that's when it's a blur. Got the red tone, left for fur. Being the info, ignore the fact. I bring my head, no looking back. Bring on my mind like I'm playing Rosie when I stroke me like I'm dozing off. Been in my head like a theme song, play every day to keep me strong. Life's going crazy like a Mario Kart race. Got to keep it with the winning pace. I'm like, it can go sideways, it can go down to the side. I'm on fast track, making it to a screen. This part of my film, bitch, couldn't make it unseen.
I've been feeling self-doubt, wanna be a girl and proud, but I...
Okay, that was Cyclone. Cyclone, who also mixed this track. Cyclone messaged me at like 2 a.m. and said he wasn't really feeling this verse. I'm not feeling it either. It just feels like it doesn't fit. And it feels just like all over the place. I think you repeated yourself at least 3 times with some of the things about your head and then feeling down. Not your best work, Cyclone. Last one is Fallen Dove, it sounds like.
I'm scared to speak aloud, they wonder why I love clouds. I hate myself, my life, take the fixed smiles with stride. No, they won't respect my time, so I'll turn to fucking suicide. With the pills in my hand, my heart pumping at my plane. Why can't anyone understand? I wanna ground and crash land. No, you don't give fucks about me when they crank it fake. Sorry, silence me in my damn shout and blame me when I self. I'm scared to reveal myself cause the drama is stressing me. It's daily affecting my mental health. Blame me when you depressing me. I don't care if you hate me, that's why I hate confessing truths. Don't care if you think I'm crazy, use these fists to bless you. I thought family came first, but just cause I'm in reverse, you act like I deserve her. You act like I'm a goddamn curse. If you can't accept me, then fuck you too. If you regret me, then fuck you choose.
All right, yeah, on that one, the tones are just continue to be all over the place. Like you use this halfway singing voice and then your tones just kind of like fluctuate all over the place. And you still punch in a lot. So like every time you punch in, it's a different tone. I mean, what you have in energy, it's kind of just lost in the style of the delivery. Unit had the best verse on this. And then I don't know. It's kind of like just a tie between the rest of you three. As far as the mix, Cyclone, it's okay. I mean, it's consistent that they're all at least like pretty on the same level. Just some people have a little bit more plosives than others. And I think your verse was probably the least appealing mix-wise because it had a lot of sibilance and just I don't know, artifacts where it made it hard to hear what you were saying. Overall, I give this a 4. I don't think the one verse can make up for like the appeal of the song overall. Maybe a 5 on a good day. Like, I don't hate it, but it's just, I don't know, a lot that needs work on it. I feel like flow wise from everybody outside of Unit. All right, Tongue Hero, got your tip. All right, we'll skip ahead to Tongue Hero and then we'll get back to this. Give a Dog a Bone. Is this another video? All right, here's DJ Tongue Hero. Give a Dog a Bone.
The only thing better in your mouth is my tongue. DJ Tongue Hero.
Let me take a sip of this beer. Tongue Hero Titty Gang, you gotta lock in. Windows down, middle fingers up, is how we rockin'. Smelling like a whole cologne store when I walk in. Heard you can't change chickens and they kept on balking. Hating on the gang, that's a dead man talking. Heard you online like a prayer man stalking. I done heard them hoes way too often. Give a bitch a bone and she come back barking. Don't know everything, I know how to give a dog a bone. If she with me, she gon' swallow a bone. Yeah, if she with me, she might swallow a bone. Don't know everything, I know how to give a dog a bone. If she with me, might be taking a bone. They say your boy really bad at the bone. They don't slide like me. Top shelf weed, yeah, we throw it in a B. Got your link coming over and she trying to get the D. Man, might be about it, yeah, I'm really about to see. Tongue Hero, baby, you know coming is a thing. 80s host for everybody, if he call and let it ring. I don't give a fuck about it, if she leave, I was busy, man. I could count money with the Tongue Hero Titty Gang. They don't slide like us. Top shelf drink, let me put it in her cup. Tongue Hero Titty Gang, we only wanna cut. Bitches like a squirrel, always hungry for a nut. One hand on my iPhone, the other on her butt. Let me grab her by her pussy, now I feel like Donald Trump. Lay back, let me spit on that, I feel like Donald Duck. She ain't into all the Tootsie, wanna lick her in a truck. Don't know everything, I know how to give a dog a bone. If she with me, she gon' swallow a bone. Yeah, if she with me, she might swallow a bone. Don't know everything, I know how to give a dog a bone. Yeah, if she with me, might be taking a bone. They say your boy really bad at the bone. Yeah, I pull up in that truck, that shit is all black. Smoking everywhere I go, I'll get you high off contact. Baby girl, you too fine. Let me ask you where your mom at. I wanna see what you might be looking like when you turn 55. I ain't trying to love you, girl, I'm trying to split the thighs. Tell me what you trying to get up into on a Friday night. If you saying you ain't ready, shit, you wasting time. If you stay ready, ain't gotta get ready, you get me right? Spit shit, your girl, she get lit from head to toes, tits, hips, lips, and clit. The chocolate starfish, I'll honor that shit, then grant the bitch wish. Cause splash, cause splish, flish, I'm off of that if I'm awful. Tis from moms to aunts, get the schlong and bong rips along with long. You know, a deep conversation in the bedroom though. Tongue Hero Titty Gang, you gotta lock in. Windows down, middle fingers up is how we rockin'. Smelling like a whole cologne store when I walk in. Heard you can't change chickens and they kept on balking. Hating on the gang, that's a dead man talking. Heard you online like a prayer man stalking. I done heard them hoes way too often. Give a bitch a bone and she come back barking. Tongue Hero Titty Gang, you gotta lock in. Windows down, middle fingers up is how we rockin'. Smelling like a whole cologne store when I walk in. Heard you can't change chickens and they kept on balking. Hating on the gang, that's a dead man talking. Heard you online like a prayer man stalking. I done heard them hoes way too often. Give a bitch a bone and she come back barking. Don't know everything, I know how to give a dog a bone. If she with me, she gon' swallow a bone. Yeah, if she with me, she might swallow a bone. Don't know everything, I know how to give a dog a bone. If she with me, might be taking a bone. They say your boy really bad at the bone.
All right, that was DJ Tongue Hero. Give a Dog a Bone. I guess in this case, it's fair to call those two female dogs bitches. It's politically correct, right? I'm assuming that's you doing the singing on it. I think you did a good job. Like, it's on brand for you. Like, you always have your fun like tracks. I think flow wise, this is better than the last track that we heard. I think you were pretty consistent volume was decent. Yeah, man, it's a fun track. You had some lines in there that catch your attention. I think it's good for what you're doing. I think you're getting better and more consistent in your product. Also with the videos that kind of just go along with your songs. It's a complete package, right? You're moving in a direction, you're building up your brand, and you're doing what you need to do. I would give this a 7. Like, it's not, I don't think it's meant to be like, oh my God, this is a spectacular track, but it's a listenable track. It maybe feels a little bit long. Maybe like the last verse could be a little bit shorter. Maybe 7.5, 7.5. I'm in that range. Like, I don't hate this. I'm not mad at it at all. On brand for you. Appreciate the support as always. Yo, Malvin, are you good out here? You just out there just hating on everybody in the chat? Next up, GOAT. YNG Cobain right now.
I don't want right now. Go away right now. Please don't drop right now. I don't wanna seem holier than thou. I don't wanna talk to you right now. I don't wanna call you back, don't be like wow. My chopper shooter, it goes pow pow. Everything's gonna be good somehow. Doing too much dope, yeah. I don't need that fucking random hoes, yeah. I don't need a sorry bro, yeah, I did it. If you wanna be with me, try to feel that thing inside of me. Try to feel love when she wants me. Yeah, now she don't want her boyfriend. You know it was soon or late to end. You knew that she was already dead. Going maybe find a new girlfriend. She didn't check the message she sent. Now she's too busy with me. Oh well, I don't wanna talk to you right now. Wanna call you back, don't be like wow. My chopper shooter goes pow pow. Everything's gonna be good somehow. Doing too much dope, yeah. I don't need that fucking random host, yeah. I don't need it, sorry bro, yeah. Yeah, I did it. If you wanna be with me, try to feel that. Try to feel that.
All right, that was YNG Cobain right now. The flow just wasn't there. The performance just wasn't there. It just feels very shaky, lacking confidence, lacking energy, and lacking interesting qualities. This just wasn't it. You need to be more confident, more charismatic. It just, I don't know. It just didn't hit me where I wanted to be hit. I would say that this is a 3. If you work on your delivery, you work on your performance, even the writing to go a long way. I think that would be your goals that you need to shoot for here. This just didn't have listenability for me to go back and play this again. Next up, Just Zale. Shout out to Zale in the chat. Forever featuring Fable.
Enemy plane coming in at 2 o'clock.
He's in my sight. Rockets ready. Fire 1, 2, 3, 4.
Help, they
you, baby. All right, that's Forever by Zale featuring Fable. Cool sounds, man. I think the mix on this is, and the structure and the production is super dope. If I had to nitpick on anything, the one thing I would nitpick is I wish the vocals were a little bit more clear and present cut through some of the reverb and the effects. But I get it for how it sounds. I'm not really taking anything away from it. Nice switch ups to keep it like listenable, interesting, and fresh. It doesn't feel stale as you listen through it. A couple of spots where I wanted something to happen vocally, and it was just, trailing into the next transition. But at the same time, like if I listen to the whole 3 minutes and 4 seconds, I get it where it sounds. The only thing that I would like nitpick, like I said, is I wish the vocals were just slightly a little bit more clear so I could like make out what the artist is saying easily. But other than that, I like it. I give it a 8.5. I think it's a strong lead if that's your single. Dope shit. Next up, Shadows. Old beat, haven't been making music much. Sorry if it takes a while to start. Skip to 18 seconds. I can do that. No problem. Hey, shout out Tom Hero. I like this. I would say you could turn up the little vocal sample up a notch just a little bit. It doesn't have to be, dominating the beat, but enough to be a little bit more audible. I think it adds a lot of ambience to it. I like this. It's a beat. You got your basic drum pattern, you got your melodies. It does what it needs to do. I wouldn't say it's an ultra complex beat, but it's satisfying enough. I'll give it a 7. It's old, so maybe drop something new next time. I want to hear something new. What's going on? Yeah, Malvin. If your intent is to get a rise in reaction out of folks, I guess you're doing what you came here to do. Kudos to you. Next up, Zoo Street, Mountain Man.
Yeah, I'm on a peak. Think I'm a chef, how I chop up the beats. Get off my chest once I drop to my knees. They thinking I'm Steph, it's +1 after 3. So many O's when I hang with the Z. So many poles like we aiming to ski. Claiming we bros, but they strangers to me. I'm on a roll like an ankle, you see. Thanking the Lord when I wake up and eat. Got me a queen, she 100 degrees. When my flow is so cold, need a blanket, a fleece. Brr. I'm on the track so they know it's a rap. When I flow, it's a snap. I'm on go with the pack. I got 4 in the back. When you know it's a trap, then you don't play your hand till it's time to attack. I got time to relax, my assignment to snack. It's ironic how I get to rhyme in alignment with solar impacts. Got me a quota, a poet to smack. I'm on the peak, smiling like I got some gold in my teeth. Channeling all of the chambers in me. Wonder what granddaddy thinking of D. Hope he ain't see the year 2016. That was some things that I still can't believe. I was in more cheeks than Dennis can dream. Now I play defense like Mo from the league. Cheeks, speak, talking to the lead. This might need a feature. Hope Easier Quan can keep up. I'm on the peak, popping like grease, good grief. I'm on the peak, hope it don't leak like good briefs. I'm on the peak, popping like grease, good grief. I'm on the peak, peak.
Look, sun beaming down on the top of my head. In a cloud in the sky, nigga, what did I say? Teeth is all yellow, but the bones is all red. Nothing on my back but the homes that I shed. Slugs full of mud, tryna joke with my bread. Got an ace in the hole, we play jokers instead. We are not the same, our loafers the bread. Where I put a whip, I'm supposed to be. Where I put a whip round the corner was cheeky. Niggas wanna label me a stoner cause it's easy. But nah, my nigga, it's easy. Always keep it cool because I know it's nice to meet me. Niggas cannot keep me off the mic, it's like I'm Michi. They be feeling everything I write but don't believe me. Can I read my writing cause it's volumes that are speaking. Feeling like my brother cause I'm already peaking. You are not my brother, you just call when you need me. Do you really feel me or do you see me feel me? Ever since a nigga had the dress, I feel like Weezy. I am not conceding, someone gon' have to kill me. Every time I'm picking up the pen, you get to raw me. I'm the only one who touch a pen, nigga, it's all me. Zoo Street, the army, 10 for a copy. 40 for the blocky, but the whole world rocking. 40 for the blocky, but the whole world rocking. 40 for the blocky, but the whole world rocking. 40 for the blocky, but the 40 for the blocky, but the whole world. 40 for the blocky, but the whole world rocking. 40 for the blocky, but the whole world rocking. 40 for the blocky, but the whole world rocking.
Always acting a fool. I used to get in trouble. And I pull up, paid up.
All right, that was Zoo Street with Mountain Man. Flows was dope. Lyrics was dope. Performance was dope. You guys definitely have a lot of charisma that carried the track. I think the first artist kind of stole the show. The second person, I think you held your own, but definitely you ran out of steam towards the end. And the lines show that because it got a little bit repetitive. You just kind of did a chant at the end there. Since there's no hook on this song, I'm assuming that, your verse was just shorter. I could have used a little bit harder drums on this, but, I think the way that you guys performed it carried it more so than me needing more out of the beat, but definitely a harder hitting beat would have gone a long way. But not taken away from the track itself, I think what you guys did made it listenable. So I give it an 8. I think you guys, for a first time listen, it caught my attention. It hit the marks it needed to hit. All right, I think we got about 4 or 5 more in the queue. Next up, MC Bryn, Funk in Paradise. Self-produced.
MC Bryn.
Nada vai me parar, já que tu perdeu, supera. Tira a mão de mim, vacilão, vê se me erra. Eu vou sair, vou curtir, vou zoar, dançar a beça. Com minhas amigas eu vou pro baile de favela. vai me parar. Nada vai me parar, já que tu perdeu, supera. Tira a mão de mim, vacilão, vê se me erra. Eu vou sair, vou curtir, vou zoar, dançar a beça. Com minhas amigas eu vou pro baile de favela. Nada vai me parar, já que tu perdeu, supera. Tira a mão de mim, vacilão, vê se me erra. Eu vou sair, vou curtir, vou zoar, dançar a beça. Com minhas amigas eu vou pro baile de favela. Nada vai me parar, já que tu perdeu, supera. Tira a mão de mim, vacilão, vê se me erra. Eu vou sair, vou curtir, vou zoar, dançar a beça. Com minhas amigas eu vou pro baile de favela. Nada vai me parar, já que tu perdeu, supera. Tira a mão de mim, vacilão, vê se me erra. Eu vou sair, vou curtir, vou zoar, dançar a beça. Com minhas amigas eu vou pro baile de favela.
I think I got it. MC Brent, Funk in Paradise. I like this overall, but those keys that you have there at the end and that you played at the beginning, they're just way too loud. Like they're competing with just everything else that I'm hearing, and they're just way too pronounced. I think they need to be a little bit more subtle in the mix, because it's just very sharp, and anything else that you play alongside of that is now in competition. So now I gotta decide which one is more important to me to listen to. Other than that, I think you got a good arrangement. Definitely a head nodder. Maybe the vocal that you use could be a tad bit louder, or at least more present in the mix as well. So I'd say some slight mix things, just making sure that sounds have a place. You know, even for percussion, if you feel like everything is kind of busy, you can pan one thing a little bit more to the right or to the left, and then kind of add some balance, and it also creates an interesting listening perspective from, you know, your audience as well. So I would say maybe some tweaks to the mix to make sure everything has its right pocket, everything's in the right groove. I give this 7.5. Like, I nod in my head all along, but something missing in like the flair of it to kind of like bring me a little bit more exciting. 7.5 right now, maybe 8 on a good day, but not bad. I like it. Next up, Mel Nooks. See how many we got left. Mel Nooks, CEO Jizzle, Doe, and then that's it. Real quick, I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick. But while I got y'all's attention, if you haven't heard White Collar Rhymes, The Community, a couple years ago, we filmed a documentary, rented a mansion. 8 or 9 of us flew out there, brought a camera crew, filmed the experience for a week, said what would happen if we all gathered from across the country and recorded an album. So that is now available on Apple TV, Prime Video, YouTube Movies, and a few other on-demand services. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. If you haven't heard about it, I'm going to play the trailer for it real quick while I grab something. So get familiar. I'll drop a link where you can also listen to it. So check it out real quick.
Lord knows I'ma give it all I got. I'm never giving in. If I rise to the top, it'll pay off in the end. Sometimes I feel lost. I don't know where to begin. Ain't trying to stop. Yeah. I can do this.
D-Bird just mentioned to me this idea of going out to a mansion in Texas and recording an album, and that's kind of right up my alley.
People who've never met before in real life, putting them in a house and saying you have this much time to create an album.
Okay, it is a real place, yes.
Hell yeah.
White Collar Rhymes is exactly what it says. It's just, people who work jobs and rap.
online collaboration's great and stuff, but like the actual like feeling of being like in the moment and like creating like, yes, we got this, like let's go. And it's a feeling like nothing I've ever experienced.
White collar bringing heat, we ain't even hit the peak.
It feels like we've known each other for years.
I've seen D-Bird on camera. I've seen his stupid little dab, and I hate it. I've seen Cody Nash, jittery and amped up when he's excited about, conspiracy theory he wants to talk about. I would have been more surprised if somebody behaved differently than what I've already come to know.
It's crazy to see you and you.
Soul of a golden god, by my team, a mansion to rapping and then wrote it off. No fraud, an MC and a sex beast. Trying to find a balance to the XL when I spread cheeks. Yeah, I'm what the internet needs, but what the streets hate. It's my birthday, come blow the candle out on this beefcake. Stop lying, tell the truth. I am legend, this is the bar you measure to.
We didn't think this was real.
Maybe we should all just link up and do some music together.
How serious are we about putting together an album and then having it filmed?
To be honest with you, I have no idea what the last mixtape is.
This is the last mixtape. This documentary is the last.
Oh, is that what this is?
That's what it's called.
All right. So that is the trailer for the last mixtape. Like I said, you can catch it on Apple TV, YouTube Movies, Prime Video. Also on Amazon, you can get a physical copy of the DVD. I should grab that shit too. But yeah, check it out. So 9 of us got together. Also, Nestle was in there. If you don't know who Nestle is, he's a battle rapper. He was on Bad Boy, or I guess MTV, P. Diddy, back when P. Diddy was not in legal troubles, making the band. He battled against Elliot Ness, E-Ness. There was the Battle of the Nesses that they had. He's also kind of been across the globe doing battle rap, so he's been prominent in the battle scene. Myself, D-Bird, Nicky Joe, Jacob, Pastor the Rapper, Almighty VA, everybody from various backgrounds in the community, rented a mansion, went out there, recorded some tracks. So you can watch the movie. You can also get the tracks on our merch site as well. And it's on the Bandcamp. I'll drop some more links, whatever. But yeah, check it out if you haven't. All right, back to the show. Finish this out. Next up, Mel Nooks, a.k.a. Phantom Lee Reaper. Little clipping artifact at the end. Got lazy. All right. At least you let me know. Fluidity of the Mind.
sleep, cold and light. In the realm of data, we take our flight.
That sound there, a little loud when you had it playing alongside the instruments. I wasn't really a big fan of everything that happened up until like a minute and 50 seconds. So when everything kind of changed up and you got rid of the 8-bit sounds, which were way too sharp and high, in my opinion, I felt like it kind of made a little bit more sense in the closing half of it. I almost wish if you're gonna use those sharp 8-bit keys, maybe like make them more lo-fi or muffled or something to reduce the mental strain. I would say like it's definitely like sharp on the ears. My emotional response, and I get it because you said that I think last week you said you wanted to make stuff different to make people feel different things. My emotional response to that would be to turn it off. But open-minded, thinking through like how could I make it more listenable, I think I would want it to just be less painful in my ears is really my only ask. It just feels very like prominent, and if it was a little bit more subtle, I could digest it more up until I got to the 150 mark where it became more appealing. So I think that's my only criticism is like, how can you make that response more inviting, right? I get it that you want to be experimental and make it a different sound, but how can we make it not so experimental that it pushes the listener away? I think the second part sounds more pleasant than the first part. My personal opinion. Like I would have, in a normal setting, if I'm just sitting here by myself listening to music, I would have turned it off after 30 seconds. Now, if you flip the order and you start from the 150 part and you put that in the front, I would have listened up until the 8-bit sounds came on. So that was just my take on it. I would give this a I'm stuck on this one. I give it a 6.5, maybe a 7. Like I don't mind the drums. It's just the ear-piercing sound is what turned me off. But the ending turned me back around. I'll give it a 7. Fuck it. Next up. Word, no doubt. I know you don't take things like I'm being a dick about it. That's just my thought. Like the drums were fine. It's just the sounds was just throwing me off. Next up, Real CEO Jizzle. One Blood. Big Shot 8, CEO Jizzle, YG, K-Bo, ready to shoot. Okay. Got a video here. Let's take it up. $1.59, man. I remember those 91.
What you say about my mom?
Not the part.
Ready to shoot.
All blood.
Yeah, man, we finna take this shit to a whole nother level, man. I put the motherfucking superstars together, man. Number B's and P's, man. Oh, God. Check this out, right? I'm bigging with the Bloods in Westwood. Balled up the Bloods in the East. Black Haven, what poppin', nigga? North Memphis, Douglas Mob. We finna wrap this shit out.
Bang big B's, they know how I bomb. 50 round, 100 round, stuff them in drum. Bang big B's, they know how I bomb. 50 round, 100 round, stuff them in drum. Diamonds on both of my wrists and they glisten. APG nigga in case I didn't mention. Switch on the Glock, yeah, shoot like it's pissing. Put a aim on the smoke, I don't do the slick dissing. I wanna deal, but I don't do the dick ride. 108 bloods, number shooters inside. Play with the members, get put in the sky. Laid up in Cali, my foot in the sky. How you a killer? I see bitch in your eye. Might as well get you some ass in the thigh. Sell it fit now like it coke in the fry. You just a bitch and street nigga disguise. Put it on pun and it caught me a body. Stack to the shooter, I bought me a body. These nigga pussy, they made it a hobby. Free stupid dude, get them bodies back dropping.
Don't call me slime, bitch, you better say slag. I bang the B and I thought you knew that. I got a Glock and they hit like a Mac. If I call up them blood, then they on attack. I been catching by the bitch, you must forget. Feeling low with the beat when I hit from the back. Yeah. Feeling low with the beat when I hit from the back. My Papa Perk, bitch, I want Papa Zan. You making this song that they think you the man. Say you want beef, nigga, really my fan. Double R with the clan, we got drawn like the band. Yeah. Double R with the clan, we got drawn like a band. Yeah. Double R with the clan, we keep drawn like a band.
Bang big bees, they know how I bump. 50 round, 100 round, stuff them in drum. Bang big bees, they know how I bump. 50 round, 100 round, stuff them in drum.
The other rapper disgusting. Keep the bitch out cause she rode up with Dutton. Jump on my leg in the car wreck and still ain't depending on shit, but my motherfucker's crutching. I got my hand in her purse while she blushing. Like I caught up cause the pack was too musty. Kill every challenge, I kill every beat, but these rappers don't like me so they don't discuss me. Pussy nigga knowing I'm a hot boy and they won't stop, boy. Karate, these choppers gon' chop, boy. These Memphis rappers hate a nigga, they tryna overlook me, but they won't stop nothing. Niggas do not keep it real, I'ma pit in this booth and they know I'ma lock some, yo. I don't got love for these niggas, just do what y'all do cause y'all know I'ma drop some. Bitch, I'm a big blood, get it out the mud, 9 dudes gang, we bragging. At Big D when we was out of Cali, nigga caught the ops and start smacking. All the ops knowing what's breaking with me, I ain't high pussy, get at me. Woo woo, nigga, you can pull up on me on Doubletree, we active, nigga. Nah, those guys, nigga, no truth guy, nigga, nigga know what's bragging, nigga, how about a shoot guy, nigga, from Memphis to what, nigga, from Memphis to what, nigga, east side, other side, nigga.
Inglewood, you know what I'm saying? We gotta represent the champions, the city of the champions, you dig, you understand me?
On TV.
Don't play with it, period.
We ready to shoot like my OG. Don't play one blood. We started a trend 30 years ago with this blood shit. The biggest of the biggest of the biggest. Don't get confused. Don't get it.
That was One Blood by Big Shot 8, CEO Jizzle, YG, K-Bo. Ready to shoot. Hood trap song. I like it. I think I was gonna say at first when it started out, like the One Blood sample in the background, it would be a little bit distracting if that stayed in during the verses, but it did come out. So I think every artist was solid. Like everybody did their thing. Everybody has their own unique style. Everybody was uniquely clever in their own ways, and I think the video was well shot, good quality. I don't really have too many complaints about it. I think with this style of music, you either like it and it resonates with you or you don't. You know, the same as any other, track that we've heard today. Like either you listen to it and that's your style of music. I saw some people giving some stuff 8s that I gave 6s to. Some people who gave, 0s to stuff I gave 5 to or 4 or 3. I don't know. But yeah, I think everybody did a solid job here. I don't have anything super critical to say. I would give this an 8. Like it sounds radio ready. It sounds like quality, like release ready to push out and all that other stuff. So even without the video, it's still listenable music. Then it just becomes subjective of whether or not you like that kind of music. All right. One more. Doe. The Blues. right, that was Dub Blues by Doe. I like that, man. I like the arrangement. I like the style that you went for there. I don't think the master needs to be lowered. The bass is kind of, it's okay. There were moments where I felt like it was kind of competing in the frequency. If you did lower it, I wouldn't lower it by more than like 2 decibels. I think it's like when you're listening from, an overall standpoint, it sounds fine. There's just like the moments where like it hits at the same time as other instruments all at the same time, and it kind of competes in that space. And then like Phantomly Reaper said, it does a little bit of phasing. I don't think that it's overall bad. I think maybe if you turned it down like a couple decibels, it would just maybe smoothen that out a little bit. What up? And okay, boy, the queue is closed. We just played our last song for the day. Unless you wanted to gift a sub or tip, not asking you to. But we'll be back on Wednesday with our subscriber show, and then next Sunday again. So you can get, I think there's only one song in the track in the queue for next Sunday. You can get number 2 for next week's show. Yeah, it's definitely not in every single bass hit, but in some of them where it like overlaps with the other instruments, it distorts just a smidge. So, if you can find the space in that bass in those one areas where it does distort, everything else is fine. But the mix overall, the arrangement, everything else is clean. I like everything else about it. I would give it a 9. Because I think that, just finding that one little aspect to clean up and change, that's less work than like, having to fix the mix here, having to do this, the arrangements, all everything else is on point to me. It's just that one little bit of distortion, which I think you can pinpoint and kick that out real quick. So I'll give this a 9. I even turned it up on my subwoofer a little bit just to make sure, but yeah, it's just that one area, and I think I only heard it like 3 or 4 times at most. So out of 3 minutes 24 seconds, you're pretty much there. All right, but like I said, that was the last song for today. So if you got tracks that you wanted us to listen to, we'll do this. We do this every Sunday for free for everybody who is a member of the community. Join the Discord. If you are a subscriber, either on Twitch, directly on the Discord, or you're a member on YouTube, we do a show every Wednesday for those folks. Or if you just want to, pop in on Wednesday and say you got a song you want to play, you can always tip or gift a sub or sub yourself. So we'll be back on Wednesday. Bird should be back in town. And then we'll be back Sunday to do this again. So I'm going to get out of here. Also, if you are a producer, we are starting a producer tournament in September. They're going to kick things off on the 8th. I think there's like 9 slots left if you did want to sign up. Going to be different criteria each round, either sampling, remixing a song, use this sound, yada, yada, yada. 32 people max. I think we got like 20. If I had to look, I think there's like, I'll look real quick and see what we got here. Participants. Nope, it's not there. Hold on. Where is it? Music stuff. Here it is. Let's see. We got 25 out of 32 slots filled. So 7 slots left. No cash on this one, but you will get a champ badge and a server. You'll get a physical like wrestling belt. We're going to have a custom belt made, shipped it out to the winner. But we are also, for everybody who is in attendance here, I did put a poll here. I'll make it a little bit more announced, but we are considering doing like some monthly tournaments on a smaller scale, maybe 16 people match. Idea is to like, a small buy-in. That way there's a prize pot, but also something manageable. So not, super expensive. So we could do like a artist one and a producer one side by side, but just trying to keep something like on a frequent basis. We do have yearly, Bird did the Battle of the Bangers at the beginning of the year. We had a $500 cash prize. We've done a couple of $500 tournaments, but trying to like not break the bank, so to speak, because we're always putting up the funds out of our pockets, but also give it some incentive for people to actually show up, because we do have, sometimes we'll get a whole lot of signups and then people will no show. So hey, if there's like a $5-10 buy-in, everybody shows up, winner gets a big piece of the pot. Would that be interesting? So cast a vote here in the poll for features, but also, yeah, if you're a producer and you want to compete, sign up for the production tournament. Certainly, if it's not your cup of tea, you want to just make what you make, don't sign up. I'm not forcing people to sign up. I think it's fun if everybody signs up, but don't get bent out of shape over like, oh, I got eliminated because I missed out on 0.1 points out of this topic, whatever. But anyway, I say that to say we got an active Discord community for anybody who's new around here. Pretty much active like 20 hours out of the day. We got people all over the world. We got producers, engineers, artists. So if there's something you're looking for, guidance you need, tips, tricks, or just an ear to listen to, you should be able to find it in our community. I'll be back Wednesday with D-Bird and then Sunday again. So I'm getting out of here. Catch y'all on the flip side. Adios.